This is the Ashley Morin Awareness Walk. Ashley went missing on July 10th of 2018, and yeah, it was 10 p.m. and we've never seen her again. Somebody.
My name is Cliff Joannis. I work with Indigenous Policing Services with the RCMP out of Prince Albert. We're on the highway between Saskatoon and North Battleford, participating in the fourth final walk for Ashley Morin, raise awareness, keep her in the news. Hopefully someone can come forward with information to our major crimes unit to assist with our ongoing investigation. The investigation is still going. Haven't forgot about her, and I know our RCMP workers are working hard, our members are working hard, and these sort of walks are paramount, and they're fantastic because it raises awareness, keeps it in the news, keeps it public, and we all know someone knows something, so hopefully someone with a guilty conscience will come forward and let us know some of the information that we need to proceed and get Ashley home.
I'd like to say thank you for Elder Evelyn Linklater for starting us off in a good way this morning. When things start with prayer, it means the day is going to be good. Even though this is a difficult day for our family to be walking, again, thank you, Evelyn.
This is our square to make motea 4 years ago. So, and the wetama comes skoaya, Kakatigi, Kapetama comes skoaya, go skate that tigi, get Crime Stoppers.
Message for the people is that somebody knows something somewhere. The silence is killing us. No family should ever have to make a 135 trek across Saskatchewan to bring awareness.
I was very honored to be invited to come walk today, and you know, it's very, I just walked for one day, so I can't imagine, you know, walking for those 3 whole days. It's exhausting, you know, it's painful, but it's prayers that go up to the Creator. It's prayers for answers, and it's prayers for future generations that this stops happening. It's awareness as well, and that's the really, really important thing, is that we continue to bring awareness, we continue to shine a light, and we continue to call on people who might know something. Because the fact is that somebody does know something out there, and they need to come forward, because the family is looking for their loved one. They want to bring their loved one home, and they deserve that closure. They deserve justice for what happened. And you know, and I want to actually be there today. I want to walk beside them, because you know, it's not just about, you know, saying a few words here and there. It's actually about walking your talk. And you know, and that was the importance of today, is to actually have the family know that we walk with them. We walk with them in solidarity, and we're here for them, and we support them in any way that we can. And one of them is just being there and showing up.
Right. We sit here right now with all our family and our friends, and she's been on my mind every step of the way. Every step of the way. We started in Saskatoon Friday morning, and we just arrived Sunday evening in North Battleford. And yeah, she's been on my mind right through, and man, we had a good weekend. We had a really good weekend. It hurt. The legs and the feet hurt, but you know, when you walk for something as special as that with family and friends, it's just humbling, and you don't think about the pain. You just walk because you love Ashley so much and you want her to be found, right? So it's humbling, and this weekend was a testament to that. How many friends and family that love her were there and showed support for Diane and Linden and Janine and Tyler. And yeah, the farther we got, the closer we got, and the more love we showed, and it was just awesome. It was an awesome weekend. And the hope for the walk, though, is to try and get someone to come forward with information, and someone to step forward so we can bring Ashley home to her mom and dad, to her siblings, to her family, and to her friends. That's the ultimate goal. So Ashley was last seen July 10th of 2018 here in North Battleford, close to the JP2 high school. What she was wearing, I believe, I don't want to say because I'm not too sure what she was wearing, but she always wore t-shirts and like sweatpants, stuff like that, just comfortable stuff, you know what I mean? But yeah, that was the last time anybody had contact with her, was July 10th of 2018. The major crime unit in Saskatoon is the one to contact. If you want to do anonymously, you can call Crime Stoppers. The investigation is ongoing. There was talks of doing another search in the fall, just because it's easier to see stuff on the ground or any kind of clues we can find. It's better in the fall, they said. You know, this is the last walk we're having. That doesn't mean we're giving up. We'll never give up until we bring her home. Show love to each other. Show love to each other, and I don't want to say be patient. Let the police do their job, because you want answers, and it's hard when you don't get answers. Pray in any which way you pray. I do it both ways. I pray to God and I pray to the Creator. That's what I do. Show love to your family. Pray and just take care of each other. And get awareness out there. Get her face out there, or his face, whoever it is. And, you know, don't stop. Don't stop. Post it on social media. You know, tell your friends to share. Do events, do walks, do stuff like that. And don't give up. Don't ever give up. There's always hope.
At this time, I'd like to invite Chief Cooper, the Saskatoon Police Service, to come say a few words.
Thank you, Dorothea. Tanseg Akiao. Thank you, Dorothea, for managing the presentation this morning to get people ready to go. And I want to thank our Kateak for being here, not just this morning for their prayers, but for always supporting our community, for supporting the Saskatoon Police Service and their important role that they play. I wanted to mention how humbled I am, I guess, to stand here this morning in the shadow of Red Star Women. The monument that we have in our building is so critical for our community to be able to have a place to go to reflect and to think about the incidents of violence, the incidents of missing and murdered First Nations, Indigenous women and girls in our community, and this is a place we can gather to reflect on that. And I actually met the artist Lionel Piachu this spring, And Lana was a lacrosse coach, as I am or was, and so we had a good discussion about different things, and I could see that he was a peaceful man, and I think that's the only way that you could, I'm glad that he was the artist, that he had that peace, because he took something that arose from tragedy, the Amber Redmond experience in our province, a life taken too young, the horror of that case, and he made something very beautiful, something that was useful, something that can allow us to move forward, and I'm grateful that he was able to do that. I want to acknowledge Chief Fahenecue here today as well. I have a bit of a personal and family connection to his community, to Ashley's community, and I was looking in my office this morning. I have a walking stick that's in my office, and it's got red ribbons tied to it, and I used it. I was gifted it at a walk, an awareness walk on a Takakoop, and when I was looking at it this morning, and I was remembering when I did walk there was a young lady who was walking behind me, and she had her daughter, and this was there was probably 20 or 30 people walking. They had signs, they had pictures, and the little girl was really curious about why we were doing it. And I listened to the mother try to explain why we were doing that. And it's a challenging conversation to have with most people. It's challenging because you have to look beyond simple explanations and look at systemic failures to be able to describe exactly why this is important and why we have to continue to walk. And I think, to me, that's one of the reasons why this is so really very critical, to have an awareness walk about the situation that we're facing in Canada, about violence against First Nations and Métis, our Indigenous sisters and mothers, cousins, because it's the most dangerous thing, or the most the horrific thing that we can do to people who are vulnerable is not violence, it's actually indifference. And by having awareness walks like this, we erase the potential for indifference. We keep names like Ashley Morin on our lips and at the front of our minds. And that's so very important for us to have a safe community. I'm not here, wasn't asked here to speak about my personal experience, and I apologize for that. I was asked to speak as the head of the Saskatoon Police Service, and so I'm very proud to be able to do that. We have an amazing group of officers and support staff here that are compassionate, that are caring, that give of themselves when they have cases that they have to work on. It becomes very personal, and I'm very grateful to be part of that. I want to acknowledge Dorothea Swiftwolf, who spoke earlier. She is one of those staff members. Dorothea is a family liaison for people who have cases like Ashley's, and she had two choices when she took the position. She could be clinical and professional and serve those families, or she could allow her heart to be broken every time she had to work with a family and become part of that family, and that's what she did. Dorothea says, I can't do this job unless I can put my heart into it and become part of that family, and you can see in her work that she has absolutely done that. I want to thank all those other community members too that do this, not just on a case-by-case basis, but do this work for the community. People like Myrna LaPlante and Darlene Cicaro-Kamesum and Sheila Eisbester and Lorna Arcand, and all of the community members that have made this their mission to make sure our community is safer for all the community members, and I want to thank them very much for that. I want to end just, I guess, by acknowledging Ashley Morin's family that is here today. This is about that family, about their experience, about the fact that we know that there are people in our community, people in our province, who have information that might help bring Ashley home. And I'm just so grateful that they're able to share their story, they're able to share their suffering, they're able to help us walk with them and share in their grief, and for that bigger purpose. We ask the community, if you know something, please say something. It's important to us, and it's important to our community for their safety. So thank you all again for taking the time, the effort, the energy, the commitment to our community to make sure that this awareness is on the top of our mind at all times. Keenan Askwanatin, Equise.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the opening prayer. It's the only way to start our day off in a good way. You know, I look at how often have we said, oh, the years fly by so fast. And when you think of the families of the missing women and men, time is endless. It's on your mind 24 hours a day. When we look for closure we wonder how that closure will happen. And every day I pray for all of the missing. And I ask him to find a way to let us know where they're at, so that the families can then find a way to move forward. And I think until we find a way to move forward, we're always going to be in this position. So my prayers are always with the family. And you know, we're all kinship related in one way or the other as Indigenous people. I was telling the chief that my father-in-law was from Atakakuk First Nation. So we all have a connection to each other's communities. So I just want to say thank you for having me here, that my prayers are with the family, and that the walk will be a time to not only reflect, but as we take each step, to ask Creator to have someone come forward to let us know where our missing people are. Thank you.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for coming to support our family today. Uncle Linden, Auntie Diane, and the rest of the family. I'd like to thank Elder Evelyn for the prayer this morning. Thank you so much, Evelyn. I'd like to thank Chief of Police Troy Cooper for his kind words, Chief Larry, and Miss Eisbister for her kind words also. Thank you, guys. So yes, thank you for being here today with us. Our family goes through a lot, and my uncle and auntie especially go through a lot. And that's why we're here today, is to help show that support for them and for Ashley, and to get that awareness out there for her and for all missing and murdered Indigenous women. This walk brings us together, brings our family together. Ashley did that for us. We give each other love and strength and the power to walk together as family and friends. And Ashley did that for us. I just wanted to acknowledge that. This is our 4th and final year walking for Ashley. But that doesn't mean we are giving up hope to bring her home. Hope that someone will come forward with information about her disappearance. That's what we want. We want her to come home. We want her mom and dad to be able to have some kind of peace, if that's even possible. We miss her. We love her. She is loved. I'm just so happy to see everybody here today. Whether it be family, friends, the media, the RCMP, everybody who has come here today to show their support. We are more than humbled as a family to see you guys here today. I want to thank you guys for that. I'd like to also thank the Central District, the Major Crime Unit, the Indigenous Police Services, and the Traffic Services for joining us this morning on our walk. as we try to get more information from people to come forward so we can bring Ashley home. So thank you from all of my family. Thank you for being here today. I'd like to read something now that my Uncle Linden wrote last week. I'd like to read that now. Ashley, Dad's baby girl. Yeah. It's been 4 years now since my youngest little girl went missing. It feels like yesterday because the pain does not go away. Time does not heal all the pain or erase the memories I have of my baby. 4 years ago, my child went missing, and it seems like we are having to wait for the proof to fall into the laps of the investigators. We all have our suspicions who are responsible or who are involved, but we have to wait for solid proof. Please, someone, come forward and let us have my baby back. I'm hurt, I'm angry, and I have such an empty space in my heart that I never ever wanted to have. And now it lives in me. She is my baby, my love, my everything. She loved her sports and she loved attending family gatherings. I'm always going to be missing her. Today, tomorrow, a week from now, a year from now, until she is returned to us. She comes to me in my dreams sometimes. All I want to do is grab her and hold on to her, but I just can't reach her. In my dream, I ask her to come get me so I can be with her. Crying has become a daily routine. There is no way to escape this pain which empties every last tear out of me. It leaves me feeling totally empty. I would compare it to being newly blinded, not knowing where to go or which way to head, being in darkness, wishing and praying it was all over. This horrible nightmare I go through daily. She is my sunshine, and I always call her my boss. She always wanted things her way, which I had to comply with. I can go on forever talking about my baby Ashley. It is my way of holding on to her. I could tell every little story of who she is and what she meant to me, what she meant to our family, what she means to her friends. She was loved. She is still loved. I'm sure you all get the picture. Life can be a living hell, which we can't escape from, and there is no turning back time or wishing it all away. 4 years ago, my heart and soul were torn. My life has never been the same, and I feel so empty. I can't wait until this pain all goes away. That only happens when she is back in my arms. This is what the parent of a missing child goes through. We miss you, my baby girl. Please come home. Thank you.
This is a journey no family, not one individual should ever have to walk, to have to wait for answers. Through each news release, and I appreciate the media being here, because you are the ones who are going to get the word out to the general public. Somebody knows something. Somebody needs to come and tell us. We need to break the silence. I understand that there's fear and heartache. But if you walked with a family that has a missing loved one and have to see the pain, the heartache of every waking moment, that'll bring change. So again, if anybody knows something, please come forward. Come tell somebody. The silence is killing us. All we really have is each other. And each other is what's going to give us strength. All we have is to be part of a community. And the community is what's going to bring change. For every family that's hurting right now, the hurt doesn't leave. It doesn't go away. So I beg you, I plead with you, and I ask you again, if somebody knows something, please come forward. The silence is killing my families, the ones that I hold dear to my heart. Thank you.
The 4 elements, that's how our culture works. That doesn't mean we're gonna stop looking for Ashley. We're gonna continue to look for Ashley. And the walk that we had this weekend is a part of healing and a part of our love that we show each other and support that we show Diane and Linden and Ashley's siblings, Janine and Tyler. It was humbling, to say the least. We've had so much support over the last 4 years, and we're still waiting for answers. We're still waiting for someone to come forward, and that's what these walks are for, in hopes of someone coming forward with information, to call Crime Stoppers, to call Saskatoon police, so that we can try bring Ashley home to her mom and dad and to her siblings, Janine and Tyler. It was a long weekend, but we were all together, family, friends. Ashley did that for us. She brought us together, and we show a lot of love for people, and we want people to show that love back. Help us bring her home. That's what we want. That's our goal here, to bring Ashley home. Thank you. here, Mel. Okay, everybody sit down. Okay, here we go.
Look at Rick's phone has a happy face.
Perfect.